inside, we have something I don't want to touch anything but watch. Inside the card.
That's your card?
Could you confirm? Yes. It's
got milk.
exactly your credit card.
That's my card.
It's impossible.
And that's impossible. Yes, guys, welcome back to my channel, Maxence TV. What a great trick from Maxence last night on AGT 2022. I was actually very amazed by this trick, and all night I was actually trying to figure out how did this happen in my dream. But this morning I had an idea, and I went back to the footage, and I believe I found the secret on how he did this. And I would like to share it with you for those of you who want to know. If you do not want to know, please skip this video. Alright, this is for entertainment purpose only, so feel free to leave a thumbs up, and there we go, let's start. So first thing,
Please.
My credit card?
he asks Howie for his card, and then he's gonna put the card into, sorry about that, the envelope. But actually he doesn't put it into the envelope, he will actually palm it into his left hand, and then eventually put it in his pocket. We do not see the part where he puts it in the pocket, but I will tell you later. You will understand later why it was in the pocket. But just for this part here, you will actually see and notice that he will put the card on in his left hand. He will hold it with his thumb, and he will not put it inside the envelope.
Okay for you?
Yes, it's
As you can see right here, I'm going to try to go slow.
okay.
You can see that he's not putting it in the envelope at all. And he will actually just pinch it on the pad with his left thumb, and then he will take out the envelope with already another card loaded inside the envelope, and he will give it to Simon and tell Simon, well, can you feel the card? And yes, I feel the card inside the envelope, but that's not Howie's card. Now there's another part of the trick, and this part is a card trick, where he goes to Heidi and he's like, Heidi, I have a bunch of cards with different drinks on them. Now point at any cards. Just point at any cards. And that's how I know that this card trick was actually a forced, which means that he forced a card on Heidi. He forced her to pick the milk card. All the cards are actually, yes, indeed, different. But the one card that says milk, he will actually force it on her. I talked about this in my video yesterday. If you watch it, Piff the Magic Dragon did exactly the same thing to Heidi Klum a couple of years ago on AGT as well. But it's actually a force, and that's why whenever he opens the can of the can of cola later on in the trick, there is milk inside because he wanted her to pick the milk.
Perfect, take it.
So when a magician says point at a card, you can be 90% sure that it's a forced card, that he will actually force it. If he would have asked Heidi, just grab a card with your hand, then you cannot really force it, or it's very hard to do so. But by just pointing at a card, it's very easy to force the card. You can actually see a bunch of YouTube tutorial about that. Alright, so he forced the card on her, and then he goes back on stage, and he's like, boom, I have a can of cola, what did you get? And then she's like, oh, well, it was milk. Okay, let's change trick. I missed this one. Well, did he really? No, because there was already milk inside this can of Coke. Alright, so now, let's make another trick. And this trick is pick a number between 1 and 6. And then she picks card number 3. And I actually made another video about this trick. I think it's like 3 days ago. If you go on my channel, you will find it. But basically, it's the same trick. All the cards, there is an helicopter on them. Yes, it shows that they're all different. But no, on each card, there is an helicopter. And all you need to do is actually flip the white part that you see. If you just flip it down, there's an helicopter behind each one of them. So that's exactly what it does here. Whatever card she would have picked, if she would have picked number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there would have been an helicopter on them as well. And you can actually see him with his left thumb, actually his right thumb We saw it right. Let's try to see it again. You will see his thumb moving right here.
Check, yes.
See that? That's because he's moving the paper and he's moving it down to make sure that we see the helicopter. And then boom, the helicopter appears and you can actually see it right here. It's very thin, but there is a small white line right there. Okay? And this white line there is the proof that the paper is bent, and it's bent because you flip the paper and on one side there is something and on the other side there is something else. As simple as that. Okay, now how did he make the helicopter appear on stage? We're going to look at this right here. What I want you to pay attention to is his right leg, okay? As he will drop his jacket on the machine, you will see his right leg pushing forward something. It goes very, very, very quick, but look at this. Right there, did you see the move of his right leg? It's very subtle. Let's look at it again. Push, he just pushed it. And what he does, he pushed a small platform with his right leg that will make the helicopter come out. Now people are wondering, okay, but the helicopter is actually larger than the small machine on the stage. Well, it is true. How does it work? Well, the mechanism of the platform that he pushed will make the helicopter come out forward at first and then twist at the end to make the helicopter go sideways. As simple as that. Okay, it's just a mechanism that will make it happen, basically. Okay, now we're getting further into the trick where he asks Simon to destroy Howie's card, and that's a great show. It's very funny. Howie's scared, and he's like, well, it's okay if we destroy your card. We got the in case of emergency box. He opens it up thinking that his card is inside, but no, it's just a pair of scissors. Now here is how he loaded the card inside the cola can. You actually need good eyes to see it. I see it here, but you might not. Right here, okay? There's a small silver line. We'll see it better further. Let's show the part where it reveals that there is milk. That's actually very impressive. People are amazed by that. But we know from the beginning that there was milk inside the soda can because it was a card forced. Now let's look at how we loaded the card inside the can.
Listen, take it. The can. Check. See the... We slowly
Give me a
for
second
you.
here. Okay, right there.
Like the way you...
It's very subtle, but do you see here on the can of cola, there is a silver line right there, which is a little bit different color than the rest of the white that we see. That's just large enough to slip the credit card inside. We're gonna see it. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, we see it here as well. The slit, the silver one right there. That's where it happens. Okay. Now you're gonna tell me, when did he actually put the card in there? We do not see him put the card inside the cola can. And how can you be sure that this is where he loads it? Well, there is another reason, and that's how I actually figured this out. Because I was thinking, if I would have made a cut inside the can, how would I hide it from the judges? And when I saw at the end that he actually leave the soda can on the table, which means that it was totally examinable by the judges. They could have examined the soda can. So I was like, if I would have made a slip in there, like a cut to put the card in there, they would have seen it. So how can I camouflage this? Well, you simply have to cut with the pair of scissors in the part that you actually cut in the can. And that's exactly what he does. Look at this. It will cut exactly on the silver line that I actually showed you. Boom. He's cutting right through it. This way, well, he actually cuts this part. So that's the proof. Like, you can actually not see it anymore because you open the can open and the cut has disappeared because you just, with the scissor, opened it completely. So the slit just disappeared. Now, what's important, okay, is to know when did he load the card inside the soda can. And that's where I try to figure out, and I think I did. And that's exactly when he goes on stage for the first time. And look at this.
A can of cola.
He grabs it. And with his right hand, he goes into his pocket to grab the card. And then he will go behind the machine, and that's when he goes behind the machine that he will load the card inside the can, because there's a screen. Nobody sees the can and his right hand for about 1 second or so. We don't really know how long he stayed behind this machine because they actually edited it out. Look at this. We're gonna look at it again. Boom, puts it in. We don't really know how long he stayed there because this part was edited out. Sorry about that. So that's it, guys. That's a great trick from Maxence. It's very cool, very impressive. I think I've covered all the part of the magic trick. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Leave me a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to reveal other tricks. Have a great day. Bye bye.